with the sophomore Andrea Reeves, and she will also bowl frames 1 and 6. After those numbers specified, by the way, and you take a look at the rest of the Midland lineup, you pay particular attention to Erin McCarthy. She's the one with the glasses there, and the anchor bowler for Midland was spectacular in helping get her team to the finals. But here is Andrea Reeves, the first shot of the USBC Intercollegiate Team Championships for the women for the Helmer Cup. And a bucket. One of the things that is really fun about this event, and we didn't see it there because she didn't strike, is the reactions of the players behind the bowlers is sometimes as entertaining as the shot itself, especially in the ladies' side. Coming inside on that bucket, and she got it. Great, great spare. That's not easy. So now Webber International, Babson Park, Florida, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the Sunshine State. Very experienced player to lead off. Jessica Santiago, a senior from Puerto Rico. Webber won this championship in 2010 in their first year of competition. Almost in the channel there, and she leaves a 1-2-10.
The Webber's actually got a lot of options. They're an extremely deep team. They run 8 deep, and they use all of those players. They've gone with a more down and in approach, and this one, while it crosses the 6th board, gets all the way out to about the 2nd board. And on this 40-foot pattern, it's not going to make it back from that far right.
So she goes to the spare ball for a very difficult lead. She will not get it. So an open frame early on. Now this is first to 2 points will win you the championship. Now the junior from Auburn, Washington, Mackenzie Chernay. And the 2-7 means that she will bowl in the 2nd and 7th frames. Kind of dropping a little bit. Sense a little nerves maybe in some of these ladies?
Absolutely. It's it is an incredibly difficult format to try and come up. You don't get to throw a lot of shots in practice, and you get one before you come on the lanes, and now you got 4 teammates counting on you, or 7 is in Webber's case, and difficult to manage those nerves for almost all of these girls. It's the first time they've been on television.
Got it. I wasn't sure that head pin was going to go. So Mackenzie Chernay with a very big pickup. Not much in the count department, but they'll take it. Caitlin Mayall, a sophomore from San Diego, from the west coast to the east coast, hospitality management major. A little bit light on that shot, so we've yet to see a strike in the first couple of frames. Well, tell me about the oil pattern that these ladies are bowling on.
Well, it's a 40-foot pattern, and it's less than 3-to-1. You're going to see most of the girls play somewhere in this between 5 and 10 range, and keeping the ball going up the lane, not very much left to right.
Chop. Yep, you could see that coming. So Webber, who pretty much went through qualifying fairly easily, whereas Midland out of Fremont, Nebraska, not at all very far here from Lincoln, really had to fight their way out from the losers bracket. This is Katie Maher, freshman from Ottumwa, Iowa, Radar O'Reilly's hometown, if you're a MASH fan. Oh, I'm full of tons of useless information, as you well know. That took a nosedive straight through the face, and she leaves the big 4.
Well, even without throwing a shot, by virtue of her teammate going light the shot before that, she's not going to throw it in that same spot. Overcompensates a little bit. Pays full price with the big 4. Not too many choices here, but really just take the count.
I think nerves are definitely playing a part. You could even see it in the faces of the competitors as they came out to practice, that a few of them were very, very nervous. TV lights can be very distracting. She'll pick up 1 out of that. So Webber really catches a break. Midland unable to run and hide early. And we'll see if Stephanie Martins can do something about it from Sao Paulo, Brazil. A junior.
By virtue of the bad count, too, they're really, with the mark, they're only down 2 now.
She lists Kelly Kulik as her bowling role model. You could do worse. A lot worse.
Pretty good one to follow.
I think so. Yeah, that's what Kelly did in her college career. And that's the first strike of the match. And there you see some of the expression. This is a dancing team, the Webber Lady Warriors. When it gets going, it looks like a merengue fest in here.
A lot of international flavor and energy.
Kristen Ruziska from Grand Island, Nebraska. Ringing 10. That for a moment looked like the Midland was going to get their first strike on the board, but a good roll. And maybe does that ever settle a team down when you finally, even if you didn't get a strike, you finally get a good ball?
Yeah, I think so. That you get control of the pocket, that your players down at the bottom have control of the lane, and they're going to make good shots for you.
There's J.J. Mastny in his 2nd season of this young collegiate bowling program. Hang on there. All right. Got it. She knows. And now from Latvia, Diana Zabielova, the sophomore. She's had 2 300s in her career. Also a Kelly Kulik fan. Won a bronze at the World Youth Championships in 2010 and is also a past gold medalist in international competition, so she understands how to bowl under the lights. And a double for the Lady Warriors.
This is a well executed shot. You'll notice the players at the bottom of both of these teams will be moving in a little bit. The players playing in the 4 position for both are in, instead of around 7-8, they're in around 10-11. And now Erin McCarthy will be even much deeper than that.
And Erin McCarthy was spectacular in getting this team to the championship. Got a break on the 10. Now, you and I were talking about Erin McCarthy, and it seems like every year, the day before we get to the championship, there's one bowler who has just an amazing day, either on the men's or the women's sides, and it was Erin McCarthy.
Absolutely. A few years ago, it was Miss Beavis playing for Webber, and they won the national championship that year. Yesterday, it was Erin McCarthy all day long. Every time they needed her, she stepped up and threw strikes in the 10th to win match after match.
Katie Thornton, a senior from Chesapeake, Virginia. She was on that championship team in 2010. Very expressive bowler. Don't be surprised when we tell you that Pete Webber is her favorite. Didn't get a break on the 10 though. Randy Stoughton is the head coach. There he is. Good look at Randy. His 3rd season. It's a young program, and they've had incredible success in men's and women's bowling. They do have that championship in 2010 for the ladies. Clipped it and got it. So Webber has 2 opens to open the match, but has recovered. Midland seems to have finally found their strike line. This match practically even through 5.
You by Columbia. Columbia bowls the world over. By Storm. Storm is the bowlers company. Bowlers serving bowlers. By Roto-Grip. Defying them all. Performance and value made simple.
So Midland got the Aaron McCarthy strike that they desperately needed in the 5th. And it'll be back to Andrea Reeves to start in the 6th frame. Become a fan of the USBC on Facebook. Watch videos, learn about the latest USBC programs, get special deals, and connect with other bowlers. Just search USBC on Facebook. Again, this Baker format, each bowler gets 2 frames assigned to him or her. And for Andrea, the leadoff bowler, bowls 1 and 6. And a bit of a flat 10, but a much better looking shot than her first time around.
Yeah, it seems that their 4 and 5 players have settled everything down for their team now, and 3 straight shots have hit the pocket. They didn't strike on 2 of them, but now they look like they're settled down as a team. There's not a lot less nervous jitters back behind there.
It was one of the more colorful spare balls I've ever seen. It looks like a lollipop. Kind of making me hungry. Beautifully done. And we understand there's a substitution now for Webber. And so it looks like Jessica Santiago is going to sit down. And this is Yossi Leon from Trujillo Alto in Puerto Rico, grad student. Why do you think the substitution was made?
Well, our first shot wasn't very good, and it must have been a coin flip who was going to play from the beginning.
That's high. Avoided disaster.
Really not a bad break there, only leaving the 3-6, provided she can make it. But very difficult position to not be playing, and then all of a sudden come back in and with no shots, basically try and get lined up and make your best shot.
Oh, Leon, very, very experienced international bowler, has bowled in the AMF World Cup in Singapore. She's been in doubles in the Pan American Games, national championships, part of the Puerto Rican national team. So covers that, and Webber draws an incredible amount of international talent to both the women's and the men's teams.
Without a doubt, and they go down there and they have a very good coaching staff, really a great coaching staff. Randy Stoughton for the women's team, Del Warren for the men's team, and access to great coaching is what's made most of these programs that are perennial national finalists as good as they are. Gordon Vatican, Phil Straub in times past, and
Chernay, that came out a little sideways. 2-4-5. So there's Midland-University. Fremont, Nebraska is not at all far from where we are in Lincoln, established in 1883, and it is a tiny school. You're getting hands-on instruction, I am sure, there, with an enrollment of under 1,000. They are the Warriors, and Webber is also they're the Lady Warriors. Cover that. So we'll see if Webber makes any more changes, or if they bring Caitlin Mayall out, and they do. One of the things I've also noticed is more of a deliberate pace to the team than it seems to be when it's 1 versus 1.
Certainly can be. The teams that communicate well will take more time on average than teams that don't.
10 straight back.
Well, and Caitlin's got a great release here. Rotates around it at the bottom very well, on balance all the way through. You can see her post up the shot. And that kind of great leverage allows her ball to make a tremendous move through the pins.
But Midland's still in there. They have just the one strike. But those two opens, the first two frames for Webber, still kind of looming over the Lady Warriors. Here's Katie Maher. A little bit light, knocked the bucket out of there, but another 2-4-5. They seem to be missing light consistently, especially the first three bowlers.
Well, Katie actually left the big four her last shot, and so this is an adjustment. I think she liked this shot quite a bit. Thought it was going to get there, and maybe just over-adjusted by about a board or so. Moving a board back would take care of that. Even the 2-4-5. Relatively easy spare. She's going to throw her strike ball, so she'll move about 4 boards right here and use her strike target.
Like that.
Or she'll throw it straight.
What do you know? Stephanie Martins. And Webber a chance to expand the lead here if they can post a double. They did so in the third and fourth frames. In fact, it was Martins who put the second one up in her first ball. And solid all the way. And the Webber team understandably celebrates their second double in a lead of 21 pins.
Really good shot as far as direction. She got it in the lane a little bit quick, but her direction was good enough that it held pocket, was able to give him a key double and go up by 21 pins.
Ruziska. Mixed them up. So Midland won't go away. This is kind of how they survived. They just refused to lose, is the old cliche. And had to defeat a very good Midland-University women's team twice in best-of-7 format in order to get to the championship.
That's largely how they did it. They had a quick starts in a lot of games, and then the ones they didn't, they came in their 9th and 10th frames of nearly every game, with Kristen and Aaron striking out to win.
Now Deanna.
We saw a lot of these during the week. It's just brutal. Excellent shot. Watch the pin in the middle, the 5 pin. And the ball is going to go straight back through and chop it straight off the 8. Ideally, that pin hits the 8 on the way by. A better reaction than I probably would have had to that 8 pin.
This is a big shot, though, because the anchor from Midland, Aaron McCarthy, is really good. And no problem, smothered that. So a lead of 20.
Max score for Midland is 194. If Webber goes strike spare in the 10th frame, they shoot 194.
And both teams will get a half a point for that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that missed right away. And McCarthy, who had the great mojo in semifinal play, just not even close here.
Yeah, you see pretty early on, she pushed it way out to the right. He got her swing a little out of line. That's pretty rare for her. She's a great repeater. Has a great release at the bottom and creates more room than most of the other players in this final.
Lists herself as the emotional leader of the team. So now 174 is the best Midland can do. And that would mean all Webber needs is 6 pins, Katie Thornton. Say 173 for Midland in the opening match.
And that leaves it to where Katie just needs 5 on this shot to wrap up game 1. Really take a game where they're early, they could have been in big, big trouble. Turn it into a win. That's a huge bonus to a team that's very, very talented.
That takes care of it. Webber takes the first point. They survive 2 open frames at the start of the match. And they are a step closer to their 2nd national championship on the women's side.